Hey, good morning. This is Adrian, one of the pastors at Twin Lakes Church, joining you for today's video devotional. And if you were at church this past weekend or you joined us on the live stream, I was teaching out of 1 John chapter 2, and we had a great time. And if you missed it, you can go on Facebook or YouTube or tlc.org to catch that. And we were talking about how John taught us how to have a defense against deception, against false teachers, because they still do exist today. And, you can see them on YouTube spreading false truth, saying that they have some secret knowledge or secret revelation or secret ritual to make you become a true Christian. And you got to listen to them or buy their thing or go visit them somewhere on an island somewhere. But what John tells us is that you got to remember that you already have the truth. And something I didn't talk about this past weekend that I want to share with you this morning is from 1 John chapter 2, verse 19. It says this: these people, he's talking about these false teachers, and he calls them antichrists. They left our churches, but they never really belonged with us. Otherwise, they would have stayed with us. When they left, it proved that they did not belong with us. It's interesting in 1 John, John is, obsessed with love and how we need to love one another and the fellowship of believers. But in this verse, we see that he has a backbone, and he's going to stand up for the truth of the gospel in Jesus Christ. And he stood up to these people, and they weren't ready to hear and to be a part of that conversation and stay in the community. And so they took off. And so he said, see, this is a sign that they weren't of us, that they are peddling some false teaching, some false gospel, some false truth, counterfeit thing that you don't need. And another thing I think he's doing here is showing us the importance of being together. A lot of times when you fall into some trap of like a false teaching or a conspiracy, it makes you draw away from people. It makes you draw away from your friends and your family and maybe your faith community, because you're like, oh, these people don't know this real truth that I'm finding out on YouTube or Facebook or wherever I'm hearing this thing. And that is a telltale sign that it is something that isn't in line with Jesus. If it draws you away from the community of faith, the church that God has you, and not just your local church, but the church in general with your believers, if you're drawing away and isolating yourself because people aren't believing this exact special new thing you found out. And so I want to encourage you, keep an eye out, keep your ears out, and be on alert for these things that are out there. People are trying to lure you away with a counterfeit truth, away from the gospel, and especially if it takes you away from fellowship of your fellow believers, your brothers and sisters in Christ. And find fellowship. If you are here locally near Twin Lakes Church, we're slowly starting to open up more and more. And as we do that, I encourage you to get reconnected here at the church as things open up. Hope you have a great day, and God bless you. We'll see you again. Bye-bye.